The man will earn money in his account for every hour he survives in the city. Each hour he survives, the earnings double. If he's lucky enough to survive 24 hours, he'll win $5 million in cash. However, this money is not easy to earn, as 5 hunters hidden in the crowd are pursuing him. Crowded places might offer safety, so he goes to a mall and sits on a chair, holding a newspaper up to cover his face. But it seemed to be getting in the way of the old shoeshine man's business. Then the elevator door next to him opened. He quickly leaves his seat and rushes toward the elevator. A mother and child made him feel safe. When the elevator door was about to close, a hand suddenly appeared. A man in a suit stepped into the elevator. Jack noticed in the reflection that he was staring at him. He quietly took a pen from the back of the woman's backpack and held it in his hand. The elevator stopped on the 20th floor. The mother and daughter step out of the elevator. The confined space is a perfect opportunity for the hunter to strike, but it seemed that he noticed the weapon in Jack's hand and left the elevator without doing anything. Watching the elevator doors slowly close, Jack finally felt relieved. Meanwhile, his wife received a $1 million deposit. Unaware of what kind of business her husband was involved in outside, Jack stepped out of the elevator. Suddenly heard something behind him. He turned around. It was the man from the elevator. He pulls a cone-shaped weapon out of his sleeve. Seeing this, Jack immediately fled, opened the door to the stairwell, and hurriedly ran upstairs, with the hunter close behind. After reaching the 26th floor, he frantically searched for a hiding place and eventually slipped into the restroom. Seeing no one was there, he pushed open the innermost stall door, went in, and crouched on the toilet. Soon, the restroom door opened, and the hunter's footsteps echoed as he entered. Jack dared not make a sound inside. The hunter suddenly stopped, crouched down, and put his head close to the floor. Not finding anyone, he stood up, placed his weapon on the sink, and Jack remained tense inside. The hunter takes off his jacket and hangs it aside, takes out his gum and places it gracefully in his mouth, and then combed his golden hair while singing a folk song. Jack didn't move a muscle in there. He dried the comb with paper. Then he picked up his weapon and turned around gracefully, cleared his throat and spoke to the corner of the bathroom.
So, Mr. Times, shall we?
He kicked in the first door, then the second door, then the third door. Finally, he approached the last door and used all his strength to kick it open. Jack squatted on the toilet and used a pen as a weapon. The hunter expressed his disappointment in Jack's performance, then called the game organizer to complain about the game being too easy, saying that as the hunter, he felt no thrill, hangs up and begins his hunt.
Okay. Yeah, no, wait.
The Brit was knocked down by Jack, who suddenly charged out. He laughed as he watched Jack run away. Then he quickly got up and ran after him. Jack ran into the mall lobby. He blended in with the crowd. But around the corner, a strange man pulls him down, with a knife to his waist. It seems this is the second hunter. Tom threatens to kill innocent people if he resists. In this game, Jack is restricted in every way. He can't tell anyone what the game is about, and he can't put innocents in danger. Tom plans to kill Jack in a deserted area. He blackmailed Jack into going up the escalator. At that moment, David, the first hunter, arrived and discovered Jack's position. He stepped forward and hit the escalator's emergency stop button with his weapon. The inertia of the momentary stop caused Tom to lose his center of gravity. Jack throws a backward elbow that sends Tom tumbling down the escalator. Then Jack runs up the escalator. David steps over Tom's body and quickly catches up with Jack. Jack runs into an empty warehouse. The third hunter, the man with the glasses, is standing in front of him. He seems to be enjoying the show. Jack jumps and manages to get out of the warehouse. He quickly runs into the street. In a panic, he trips over a passerby. He rolled down a narrow underground staircase. By the time he gets up, he's blocked by David. He took 2 steps back. He turned around and knocked on the doors on either side of him, but they were locked. At that moment, David approached him with his weapon. Luckily for him, there was the sound of a policeman's voice. He looks up, realizes it's the police, and puts the knife away. He explained that it was just a joke, but the police noticed the blood on Jack's head. David threatened him with his eyes. Jack also explained that nothing had happened.
Yeah, I'm okay, sir.
The cop reminds him to be safe next time. He slowly walks up the stairs before the police leave. When Jack got close to David, he was grabbed by David's hand. Jack was careful to break free. He followed the cop's lead and moved away from the hunter. He looked back and left quickly. By this time, his wife had another $1 million in her account. Jack makes a quick getaway. He saw a bicycle on the side of the road and rode away. Suddenly, Tom bursts out of the alley. He tackles Jack to the ground and punches him twice in anger. Jack quickly punched him back. At that moment, Tom pulled out a knife from behind him. Tom stabs at him, but Jack narrowly avoids it. Luckily, Tom's foot was caught in the rim of the bike, allowing Jack to slip away. Tom throws the knife at Jack, but it goes into the wall next to him. Jack thought it was safe to enter the subway, but when he got to the escalator, he saw David the hunter. David noticed him too. David took out his weapon and came right at him.